Breaking news that the National Guard is in Memphis as part of a federal crackdown on crime. Our Jordan James is there as well with a closer look at what to expect and how neighbors are responding.
After much anticipation, the National Guard has joined several agencies here in Memphis to fight crime, a task which has left an entire community on high alert. With helicopters hovering,
these are challenging times,
and officers lining the roads.
It's a damn shame. I'm just gonna be honest.
Memphis residents are on alert as a crime crackdown is underway, leading to the presence of the National Guard.
I don't think it is a good position to put us in or the government in to have the military come in and use military tactics against its own citizens.
They're among 13 federal and state agencies currently operating. Since Monday, at least 53 people have been arrested. Brandon B. Porter, a local pastor, supports the initiative.
The National Guard are not here to harass law-abiding citizens. They're here to deal with crime and other issues that disrupt the living here in the city of Memphis. And so don't ride dirty.
The National Guard has been deputized but are not expected to be armed to make arrests. With their presence likely to grow in the coming days, concerns remains for a city that's seen its fair share of challenges.
Look, I ain't gonna even cap y'all. I'm from Memphis. This shit that's going on, y'all, bro, this shit different. Man, ain't no way. Listen, bro, ain't no way we got FBI here. We got motherfucking... I know in other states and cities and shit, they got like plenty different counties and shit, so they got different police and shit. But this shit times 20. We got every fucking task force here. You dig what I'm saying? And on top of that, we got the White House done pulled up 30 trucks deep. I'm talking about mine, bro. This shit fucking different, bro. I'm talking about different, bro. Like, man, I just had to, man, you know, testify about it, cause shit, bro. Look.
Yo, what up, world? It's your boy Krim. Hey, check this out. I got something to say. Hey, if you in my city of Memphis right now and you ain't got no license, hey, go back in the house. Hey, if you outside and your tag's bogus, just go back in the house. If you outside think you finna ride dirty, the way these folks out here pulling over everything, just go on back in the house, man. Just go on back in the house. Man, when I tell you, Memphis is on fire right now, like fire. I'm talking about fire. Man, these folks ain't playing, man. 19 different agencies, the National Guard, and the police already been hurt. Hey, to all my street dudes, my street dogs, just go on back in the house, man. Just don't even worry about it. Matter of fact, go in the house, stop at the grocery store, go get you some popcorn, man. Go back in the house, cut Tubi on, and just go look at all my movies, man. Type in Kingpin, watch Kingpin, look at Memphis, look at The Neighborhood Dope, man. Look at Played. And then look at it all over again. Krim.
Alright, Shalom. Welcome to another video. And as always, before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakhwadash, and next double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of the great millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether people hear or whether they forbear. Alright, so this is going to be a news and prophecy update, and you see the title. Okay, National Guard was deployed to Memphis. Alright, and pretty much Trump is now he's now sent out different federal agencies against the city of Memphis, you know, in his military campaign against the citizens of the United States. All right, which he said himself that these would be, you know, training sites and battleground testing, you know, for the United States military and different federal agents. Okay, these different American cities, primarily where Jake is. Okay, Jake being the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. So we saw DC first. all right, then Chicago, okay, and now Memphis, all right. And I put a series of clips in the introduction to this video so that you could, you know, see these things. And then now I'm going to give you instruction according to the Bible, okay, and on what you're supposed to be doing, you know, during this time of persecution that is fastly approaching, okay. Hence the second portion of the title, when you see Jerusalem compassed about with armies, okay, ... etc., etc. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive right into that topic. And Yahweh Righteous, I mean Heavenly Father's will is edifying to the elect. All right, I'm gonna start in Luke chapter 21, okay, in verse 6, and this is where Yahushua prophesied of what we know of as 70 AD, okay, which was the thick of the Jewish-Roman wars, where pretty much the Israelites were pushed out of, you know, Jerusalem, and they were forced into the interiors of Africa, okay, is where they fled according to history and prophecy. All right, but this time we're coming into is going to be a repeat of 70 AD, okay, the armies, that flood, okay, being brought upon Jerusalem, okay, surrounding our people, okay, to bring persecution upon them. This is going to be pretty much the second wave of it, because as we always say, history repeats itself. It happened back then, and it's going to happen again today. But this time, all right, the Heavenly Father is going to raise up a standard against us. So we're going to touch on all these things, all right. We'll start off here, Luke chapter 21 and verse 6. All right, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and get this in the red letter, okay, because this is Yahushua speaking, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. It says, "As for these things which ye behold," okay, the times that we're coming into, and the watchmen, the prophets have been telling you these things, so you're seeing it with your own eyes, okay, you're seeing these prophecies come to pass. As Habakkuk the 2nd chapter says, that in the end the vision shall speak and not lie, okay. So as for these things which ye behold, the days will come, in the which there shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And they asked him, saying, Master, when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? Verse 8, and he said, And take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. Okay, we're already seeing that. You have different people saying that they are the Messiah himself, and others that are just coming in his name, and they're completely, you know, deceiving people. Okay, verse 9, but when you shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified. It's like, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Okay, and we're seeing it. Okay, we're seeing and hearing of wars, rumors of wars, commotions, okay, all around the world, you know, protests, Italy, France, all right, these nations come to mind, Nepal, Japan, all right, all around the world, okay, the UK, okay, and this is just what I know of, but a lot of this news is hidden from American people, so I'm just speaking to you on what I've seen, you know, via social media and alternative news media, all right, but it says, verse 10, and he said unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. All right, for example, okay, what was I was gonna say? On the Passover, we had the blood moon. All right, this past Day of Atonement, the government shutdown was the same day. Okay, so the Heavenly Father is showing us signs that, you know, he's shaking things up on the earth. All right, and he's showing us through these different high holy days. All right, these are the great signs from heaven, and there's others that I can't remember right now at this moment, but anyways, continuing on, it says, But before all these they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate therefore before what ye shall answer, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Okay, and this is for the prophets. Verse 16, And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren, and kinsfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there shall not an hair of your head perish, and in your patience possess ye your soul. So this is instructions on what to do in these times, okay, with what the times we're coming into, what we're seeing. It says, verse 20, and this is the prophecy of 70 AD. All right, but once again, it's going to come around a second time on an even much larger scale here today in America. It says, And when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is not. Jerusalem All right, and that time was, you know, the literal city of Jerusalem, but today Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. All right, the Jerusalem is the Israelites. And we're seeing the armies compass about Jake. Okay, once again, starting off with DC, Chicago, now Memphis, and it's going to spread to pretty much every major city in America. It says, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. It happened before, it's going to happen again. But it tells us, all right, right here, that when that time comes, Yahweh said to flee into the mountains. Okay, that's what they did before, and those who took heed to the word and fled, they were delivered. It's going to be the same thing in today's time. Okay, when this thing really kicks off in full effect and starts spreading throughout the different cities around America, all right, just know, okay, that we're supposed to be in the mode of fleeing. Okay, not trying to fight, all right, but to flee. Okay, the time is going to come when Heavenly Father will raise up men with spiritual power, but you will know in that day. Okay, as of right now, okay, we're just supposed to be on the move, on the go. And we're going to go to the next chapter in a sec. 2 Ezra 16 tells us the exact same thing. But I'll finish this out. It says, verse 25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring. And many men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So people are going to be in great fear during this time. This is Jacob's trouble here. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Okay, so when we see these things actually come to pass, okay, then we know that our redemption draws nigh. Okay, see, back then, okay, Jacob was scattered into all the nations, but in this time, right, the Heavenly Father is going to deliver us. Okay, 2 Ezra 16, and I'm gonna start at verse 35, and it goes into it's kind of the same thing. It tells you to pretty much be ready to be on the move. Okay, 2 Ezra 16 and verse 35. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of Yahweh. Behold the word of Yahweh. Receive it and believe not the gods of whom Yahweh spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her great birth pains, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Okay, this is our instruction. Verse 40, O my people, hear my word, and make you ready to the battle. Okay, prepare your mind. And in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away. And he that buyeth is one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise is he that have no profit by it. And he that buildeth is he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth, as if he shall not reap, so he that planted the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry, as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not, as the widowers. And therefore, they that labor, labor in vain. It says, for strangers shall reap their fruit, and spoil their goods, and overthrow their houses, and take their children captives. For in captivity and famine shall they get children. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them, saith the Lord. Like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman, so shall righteousness hate iniquity, when she decketh herself, and shall accuse her to her face, when he cometh that shall defend him that diligently searcheth out every sin upon the earth. And therefore be ye not like thereunto, nor to the works thereof. So don't be like the people of the world. For yet a little while, and iniquity shall be taken away out of the earth, and righteousness shall reign among you. Okay, so that's the times we're coming into. It's the day of restitution, the day of judgment. But it tells us to be as pilgrims upon the earth. Okay, make ourselves ready to the battle. Okay, be ready to be on the move, be ready to flee. All right. And the Heavenly Father said that when the enemy comes in like a flood, he would raise up a standard, all right, against the enemy. Okay, Isaiah 59 and 19, excuse me. It says, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. All right, and we're going to go into that Hebrew word for standard. Okay, and that Hebrew word is, I'll let you hear it. Strong's H5127.
Strong's H5127. Noose. Noose.
In the Paleo Hebrew, it's nawas. All right, and it says to flee away. All right, to escape, to take flight, to disappear. Okay, look at this definition 4/3. It says to cause, to disappear, or to hide. So the Heavenly Father, all right, like I said, we're supposed to be in the mode to flee, all right, and may have to live off grid, may have to live in the woods, but He's gonna protect us in that time. He's gonna deliver us. But He says He's gonna cause to disappear or to hide. So the elect is gonna be hidden from all these evils. Okay, they're gonna be hidden in that secret place of the Most High. All right, but we're supposed to be, ready to be on the move. Okay, many brothers have had dreams about it. Okay, and once again, if you're of the elect, He's gonna make sure that you escape. We'll close it out with this. Okay, this is Psalms 124. I'll start from the top. It says, if it had not been Yahweh who was on our side, now may Israel say. If it had not been Yahweh who was on our side when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us. Then the waters had overwhelmed us, the stream had gone over our soul. This is that enemy coming in like a flood. That flood represents overwhelming force. Then the proud waters, okay, talking about Esau, because waters cannot be proud. It's not talking about literal waters, talking about men. The proud waters had gone over our soul. Blessed be Yahweh, who hath not given us as a prey to their teeth. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken and we are escaped. Our help is in the name of Yahweh, who hath made heaven and earth. Okay, that name is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. So He's going to deliver us, Heavenly Father's will, and hide us in the time of evil. But when you see Jerusalem, you see Jacob compassed about with armies, okay, you know what times you're living in, and you know that it's time to drop everything and get ready to be on the move. Okay, so prepare yourself for that mentally, spiritually, in whichever way possible. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end it off there. Heavenly Father's will was edifying as always. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachwadash. And until next time, Shalom and abide babol.